welcome or welcome back to my channel. Here is 10 Minute Tuesday, where I do the reading so you don't have to. Hello everybody. Here is your 10 Minute Tuesday video. This is your favorite queen from Crown Budgets, and here on this channel I talk about budgeting, and each and every Tuesday we do a 10-minute segment on some type of budgeting topic. I am not a financial advisor, do not claim to be, do not want to be. If you need financial advice, go ahead and consult your attorney or a financial advisor. I just give this based on life experience and advanced degrees. Okay, without further ado, today's topic is 50-30-20. What is 50-30-20? 50-30-20 is a type of budget that you can live off of. Okay, so 50-30-20 is where we take 50% of your income and put it towards needs. We take 30% of your income and put it towards wants, and we take 20% of your income and put it towards debt and savings. Okay, what does that look like? So, a need. What is a need? It could be rent, utilities, gas, transportation. This is going to look different for everybody. It's going to look different. Normally, a typical person has rent and utilities, car note, gas, etc. Some people, like let's say for New Yorkers, they may not necessarily have a car, so they may not need the expense of a car. Okay, so it does look different. So remember, your 50% needs don't look the same. I may need to pay a water bill, somebody else may have well water. I may need to pay electric bill, somebody else may have solar panels. So everybody's needs look different. So a need. What is a need? Is clothing a need? We can't walk around naked. We can't. But it kind of goes under wants, sometimes needs. It just kind of depends on who you're talking to. Is food a need? Well, yeah, we can't really live without food. You can try, but you can't really live without food. Is shelter a need? Well, some people live in their van, it's still shelter. Some people live in their car, it's still shelter. Some people live at a shelter, it's still shelter. Some people live with parents and they live rent-free. It's still some type of shelter, okay? So, this will look different for everybody. A want. We all know what a want is. Chocolate bar at the candy store. That's not a need, it's a want. Prime days today. It's not a need, it's a want. You know, even no matter what you say, if you need it, if you need a new vacuum, that's not a need, that's a want, because sis can go get a broom and sweep the floor. Okay, remember, let's deal with reality here on this channel. We deal with reality. We're dealing with wants, okay? All right, a new sewing machine. I feel that I need a new sewing machine. Technically, it's a want because my sewing machines work, okay? So technically, it's a want, not a need. All right, so what is determined by a need? A need is what you're going to use on an everyday basis, a daily basis. If you don't use a car, it may not technically be a need. If you come home from work to a home, that's a need. If you get in your car every day to go to work, you need the car, you need the gasoline, you need an oil change, you need all of that. You need car maintenance. That's a need. Okay, we'll get into saving for that later. Those are needs. All right, next, wants. Again, we go back to wants. I need new tennis shoes. Like, I need a new pair of tennis shoes, I feel like. I have a pair of tennis shoes. They're kind of worn, they're kind of old, but they'll still work. It's a want, not a need. It's going to be a want. Several pairs of tennis shoes. It's a want, not a need. Man, my stove broke. Technically, that's a need. It could be a want, but it's a need. Because we need to cook and we need food. So technically, we can put it under needs. And again, we'll get into savings for things like that later. Okay? Now, we are going to talk about savings and debt. That's the 20. Okay, we talked about the 50, which was needs. We talked about the 30, which was wants. Now let's talk about the 20, which is savings and debts. This looks different for everybody too, okay? Our 20, and I have lint in my hair, don't mind it. Just don't mind it. It's my hoodie. It's lime green. It's all right. Don't mind it. But a savings, okay? So there's several types of savings. Remember in our last 10-minute Tuesday video, we talked about savings account. Go back and watch that if you need to know a different type of savings accounts, okay? So we have our savings for emergencies. Remember we talked about our car needed brakes or something like that. That is a saving for an emergency, okay? So this is how they can be used interchangeably. You need brakes because your car needs to work, but it's going to come out of our savings because remember, we plan ahead. We don't want to pull from our needs because how are we going to pay our bills? So we need to plan ahead, okay, and make sure that we have our savings ready to go for things like brakes, tires, etc. We know winter is coming. We should have been saving for tires last winter or started saving earlier this year, okay? And your debts. You got a credit card. Some people use their credit card to pay their bills. That's fine. Just to make sure it comes out of your needs, okay? Some people use, I would not have a credit card for the same credit card for needs and wants. I would not. If you do that, perfectly fine, up to you if that works for you. But I suggest you have a credit card for needs and a credit card for wants. If you're a credit card person, me, I'm a cash budgeter. I like to see it. I like to feel it. I like to touch it. I need to know what I'm getting into. Okay? Savings. We covered those types of savings accounts. Okay, so what does 50, 30, 20 look like? Okay? So a person makes $3,500 in a month. Okay? That is super lot of income. That's not terrible income, but it's not a lot. It's not too much. It's not too little, but it's not a lot. It's pretty much average. I think the average actually is like over 4,000. So $3,500 person. We're not getting into families or anything right now. We're just going to say a $3,500 a month person. Okay? So $3,500 in income. 50% needs is $1,750. Okay? 30% wants is $1,050. 20% needs, $700. Totaling $3,500. So, let's say we got $1,750, they're renting $750. Okay, they have $1,000 left over for the rest of their wants. What if they have an older car, they don't have a car payment? What if their utilities only come to about $200, $300 a month? They're really cutting corners and, that's good for them. That's great for them. So their needs may transfer to another percentage. So they may be able to do 50% savings and debt, 30% wants, and 20%, or 30% needs and 20% wants. That's their lifestyle. That's just how they live. It's okay. A person might have more. So what if their debt and what if their income is, or what if, I can't talk today. What if their bills are more than that 50% of their income? First of all, we need to do some evaluating here, okay? We need to evaluate. If your bills are more than your income, you need to do some evaluating of what you actually need. How can you lower it? So you need to do some evaluating. If you need to get a side hustle, get a side hustle. So what does it look like making this types of budget? First, you want to know where your money is coming from, how much you're making. If you have inconsistent income, then you need to check that income. You need to do the lowest. Now, if it's way, way low, whatever. Okay, first you need to know your income. Second, you need to know your bills. And third, you need to know what you're saving. Okay, what I suggest that you do is, if you know what you're saving, if you know all of this, once you do all of this, you set an automatic amount to come out of your account for your savings. That way your savings is done. Because if you're bad at saving like me, you need that to come out automatically. You don't even need to look at it. Okay? So in order to do a 50, 30, 20, you need to know your bills, you need to know your income, and you need to track your spending. Track that spending. Do not spend too much, okay? All right. And make sure you break that down. If 50, 30, 20 does not work with you, do 40, 40, 20. Do 60, 10, 30. Whatever works for you. Just always do what works for you. That was your 10-minute Tuesday tips. If you have any questions, always comment below. Don't forget, like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell and let me know that you're here. Say hello. And don't forget, tune in next Tuesday. Bye.